I do not hate my mother without a genuine reason. Likewise, my siblings do not hate our mother without a genuine reason. And as the Yoruba adage says, if there is no reason, a child will not be named Kumolu. Yes, listen to my story and judge us accordingly. Blame us if we are guilty and probably advise us the next step to take. Welcome to my Karaksin page, the English version of Mewan Shele. Today's stories is from one of my fans. Let's learn together. According to what my father told us, he was 15 years older than my mother when he impregnated her. And she was learning fashion designing at that time. But instead of running away, he took responsibility. He paid a bride price and they married properly. And he stood by her. My father ensured that my mother completed her training. He also organized a graduation ceremony, bought her sewing machine and equipment, rented a shop for her, and helped her start her own fashion designing business. What a good husband that every woman will always desire. But you would think that from that moment, they will both build the family together. That would be your thought. That is the expectation of every man. But growing up, I knew my mother as someone who never contributed financially to the home. Yes, my mother never supported the home. Food is my father. School fees, my father. House rent, my father. Clothes, my father. Everything, my father. Anytime we approach our mother for anything, our response was always the same. Wait for your father. Wait for your father. Go and meet your father. Am I the one whose surname you are bearing? You are bearing your father's surname. Go and meet him. And this became her anthem at all times. She sang it like a song. But there was a time, one particular night, and this forever stamped in my memory. I was 13 years old, and around 7 p.m., my father had not returned from work. We were hungry. Then we went to our mother. Mommy, we are hungry. We know she will say, wait for our father. But we just tried because we're hungry. And we actually waited. 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Daddy is not back. Then we went back again. She shouted at us. Then eventually, she stepped out and bought gari, 2 sticks of suya, sugar, and ice block. That was our dinner. Our mother ate it in our presence without inviting us. And she told us to wait for our father before we could eat dinner. Before our own children could eat dinner. What kind of a mother is that? What an heartless mother. Our last born was so hungry that she drank the leftover gari water from the kitchen. The 3 of us laid quietly on the couch. We were very weak and we were silent. Not quite long, my father returned around midnight. Thank God he came home with food because he already know. And he asked if we had food. He asked if we had eaten. We said no. He sighed and said, I know your mother. I know her very well. I know she will not give you food. That night, something broke inside me. Not just in me, but in all of us. Yes, our mother attended PTA meetings. She showed up for school events. But when it came to financial responsibility, she stepped back completely. My father single-handedly trained the 4 of us through the university. So I remember when I gained admission, he handed me his ATM card and told me to withdraw whatever I needed. I lack nothing. In fact, you wouldn't know I was a student. You would think I was working. But anytime I try to build a simple mother and daughter bond between I and mother, even asking for recharge card, she would say, call your father. That is how it continues. And we all graduated. 2 of us now work in banks. Another sibling also work in banking as well. The last born is a nurse. We are financially stable. Naturally, we take care of our father more. Sometimes we give him 500,000 and we may give our mother 50,000. She gets upset about the difference. Yet, even after receiving money from us, she still goes back to ask our father for feeding, for money, water money, and daily expenses. So we ask, what has she been doing with her salary all this year? With the money she makes from her fashion designing, what has she been doing with it? From what we see, that we could say, clothes for parties, asoebi for events, matching shoe and bags, jewelries, social engagement. Her investment was in appearance, not in her children. So recently, I visited home and I met my mother in her room praying in front of our pictures. She was saying, God have mercy on me, oh. The witches in my family are turning my children against me, oh. Touch their hearts. I stood there thinking, is this spiritual? Or is this the consequences of years of choices? If she had joined hand with our father raising us, would things be like this today? That is the question. Even the house my father built, my father said not one kobo from her money. She didn't contribute a dime. Now she's moving from one prayer house to another, believing someone poisoned our mind against her. But nobody poisoned us. Nobody actually poisoned us. We saw it. We experienced it. We remember it. So we ask you, family, are we guilty? Are we ungrateful children? Or are we simply reacting, to the foundation that was laid? Please advise us in the comment section. Advise us accordingly in the comment section. Thank you, family of Makaraksin. That is the end of the story. The owner of the story and I will be there reading every response. And do not forget to like, comment, and share. Thank you and see you in my next video. Bisous.